What if I told you that one of the most powerful media companies on the planet sells an energy drink? Not a streaming service, not a news network, an energy drink. Today, we're breaking down how Red Bull turned YouTube into a billion-dollar growth engine, not by running more ads, but by making content people actually want to watch. So let's get into it. Most companies treat YouTube like a billboard. They slap up a 30-second ad, pray you don't skip it, and call it marketing. Red Bull looked at the same platform and saw something completely different. They saw a TV network, a publishing house, a community center. And that shift in mindset is the entire reason Red Bull doesn't just sell a product. It owns a lifestyle. On paper, Red Bull sells an energy drink. Pretty ordinary stuff, right? But their YouTube channel is anything but ordinary. Red Bull has 27.5 million subscribers. Their engagement rate sits at 2.31%, nearly double the industry benchmark. And their estimated monthly YouTube income? $500,000, just from YouTube. So how do they do it? Back in 2007, Red Bull made a decision that most beverage companies would have called insane. Instead of hiring an ad agency to make commercials, they built their own media company, the Red Bull Media House. Think about what that means. They didn't want to buy airtime. They wanted to own the channel. And on YouTube, that's exactly what they did. Here's where it gets really smart. Red Bull figured out something that most brands still don't understand about YouTube. The algorithm rewards watch time. The longer people stay on your video, the more YouTube pushes it to new viewers. So Red Bull stopped making short clips and started making documentaries, deep dives, episodic series, content that makes you forget you're even watching something made by an energy drink company. The first 30 seconds of every Red Bull video hits you with the best stuff. A highlight reel, a jaw-dropping stunt, a pulse-pounding soundtrack before it slows down into the story. You're already hooked before you even realize it. Now here's something wild. Monster Energy actually has a very similar market share to Red Bull. Monster sits at 39%, Red Bull at 43%. They're neck and neck in terms of market dominance. But Red Bull gets 5 times as many YouTube views as Monster. 5 times. From a comparable position in the market, that tells you everything. Market share alone doesn't buy attention, content does. And Red Bull didn't stop at one channel, they built an entire network. Red Bull Snow, Red Bull Bike, Red Bull Motorsports, Red Bull Batalla, a dedicated channel for Spanish language rap. They manage over 600 sports and events, and almost everyone has its own YouTube presence. Each channel speaks directly to a niche community, in their language, about the things they actually care about. They even have music channels, Red Bull Music Academy and Red Bull Records, connecting the brand to youth culture through festivals and artist collaborations. The logic here is brilliant. Red Bull's audience isn't one single group of people. It's a collection of subcultures: snowboarders, motorsport fans, hip-hop heads, cliff divers, gamers. By building a dedicated channel for each community, Red Bull stays deeply relevant across all of them. You're not watching a brand, you're watching content made specifically for you. And Red Bull's logo just happens to be in the corner. The result? Red Bull isn't a drinks brand that makes content. It's a media empire that happens to sell drinks. And the numbers back it up. In 2025, Red Bull reported a group turnover of 12.2 billion euros, up 8.6% from the year before. Over 13.9 billion cans sold globally, and a brand valuation north of $20 billion. Now let's talk about why this actually works, because it goes deeper than good videography. The reason Red Bull's content strategy is so effective comes down to brain science. Researchers at the University of Kentucky found that strong performance brands can actually improve human performance, not because of anything functional in the product, but through pure psychology. It's a placebo effect. People using a brand they associate with high performance feel better about themselves, which reduces anxiety, which helps them actually perform better. In one study, video game drivers controlling a Red Bull branded race car displayed more aggression and risk-taking, resulting in faster lap times, just from seeing the logo. That's non-conscious brand priming. Every documentary Red Bull publishes, every cliff dive, every F1 race, It's thousands of hours of content slowly programming how you feel the moment you see that red and silver can. You don't just drink Red Bull, you feel like the kind of person who drinks Red Bull. Beyond the long-form content, Red Bull is also a master of platform mechanics. Their live stream of Felix Bongmonter's jump from the edge of space pulled over 8 million concurrent viewers on YouTube. At the time, it was the biggest live stream in YouTube history. That's not content, that's a global event. And it cost a fraction of what a Super Bowl ad would have. For YouTube Shorts, Red Bull uses them as trailers, punchy POV clips that hook you into clicking the full 20-minute documentary. On the community tab, they post something new every other day. Polls, announcements, teasers. It keeps the algorithm happy and keeps fans checking back constantly. And then there's live events. Red Bull manages sponsorships and productions across Formula One, cliff diving, air racing, snowboarding, skateboarding, and dozens of other disciplines. The F1 operation alone reaches 445 million global viewers across 24 race weekends every year. That's not just marketing. That's owning an entire category of human experience and putting your logo on it. So what's next for Red Bull? Because they're not standing still, one challenge the brand faces is its heavy reliance on third-party retailers, which means they don't get direct access to consumer purchase data. The solution being explored is a direct-to-consumer app, something like Red Bull Member Club, where fans can get personalized content, exclusive access, and tailored product offerings. Think of it as turning their media audience into a database. There's also a massive opportunity in virtual reality. Imagine getting a virtual front row seat to an F1 race, or experiencing a wingsuit jump from the pilot's point of view from your living room. Red Bull's content library is basically a VR goldmine waiting to be unlocked. And then there's the Gen Z Sustainability Challenge. Younger audiences don't just want brands to be environmentally conscious, they want them to be loud about it. One idea gaining traction is gamifying recycling, letting fans earn points for scanning returned cans, which they can redeem for exclusive event access or digital collectibles. It turns a mundane act into something that feels on-brand, adventurous, rewarding, and community-driven. Here's the takeaway. Red Bull doesn't sell energy drinks on YouTube. It sells identity. It sells the feeling of being someone who seeks the edge, who pushes the limits, who shows up when things get hard. And it does that by treating its audience with respect, by making content worth watching, not just worth skipping. The product is almost beside the point. What Red Bull is really selling is a version of yourself that you want to believe in. And YouTube is where that story gets told every single day to 27 million people who chose to subscribe. That's not advertising. That's a media empire. And it all started with a can of energy drink. If you found this breakdown useful, hit subscribe. We cover brand strategy, marketing psychology, and what actually drives business growth in the digital age. And don't stop here. Red Bull proved that being a media company works for a billion-dollar brand. But how do you actually do it for a normal business? Watch my next video, Why Your Business Videos Aren't Working on YouTube, where I break down the 3 specific mistakes that keep most companies acting like billboards instead of empires.